Hey folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we made our way to the laboratory area of the Steelwatch Foundry and rescued a few more Gondians from a couple more Bane henchmen and whatnot. So we've got some work still to do here. To start off with, both Karlach and Shadowheart are in a bit of a sticky, precarious situation, having lost some hit points. So let's start out by healing them. Let's get Karlach to stand right next to Shadowheart, if we can. And then let's start throwing some healing potions around. Let's try throwing a greater here. Nice. That worked well. Let's do it again. Okay, so they've both gotten quite a bit of help there. Karlach is fine. Shadowheart's a little bit on the low side, but I don't want to burn too many more potions here. We'll just try and keep her to the rear of any combat. We'll try to avoid getting her into too much of a dangerous situation. Now, let's go ahead and get started looting all these dead bodies and talking to the Gondians and exploring this level of the Foundry. In order to avoid kind of dealing with too many encumbrance issues, I'm going to send almost everything back to camp and deal with selling it off camera later. If we find something good, obviously we'll consider what to do with that. Alright, so like all of this just goes to camp, and we'll sell it later. We got Fist of Bane Zana Haiti here. Yep, looks like more of the same. Just generic equipment. Black Gauntlet Bori Paver. Did have an Infernal Mace and a bunch of other stuff. That's fine. The Hellfire Watcher here should have one piece of whatever for Karlach, the Infernal Metal. Okay, that takes care of those four. Let's come over and check out Iron Console Underbite Younce, or Younce. A bunch of nothing. Fist of the Bane Anuk. Same deal. What else have we got here? Fist of Bane Frode. Did have a note. Baneite request form. The guard's written orders to protect Gortash's submersible vehicle at any cost. Okay. That updated our mission here. Save the Gondians. We need to go to the Foundry's depths in order to destroy it. Along the way, we can liberate any Gondians we meet. They know we're coming and will help us. Excellent. Okay. Black Gauntlet. Indora Ralston. Looks like some basic equipment and a metal crate key. Let's snag that for now. Over here we've got another Hellfire Watcher. This is the door we came through. Send that to Karlach. Who else have we got? We've got a couple, unfortunately, a couple Gondians died down here. As well as a couple of Bane supporters. Black Gauntlet Hans Reeves. He has some basic equipment and a control lever key. Gondian here had nothing but a light hammer. Fist of Bane. More standard equipment. Fist of Bane. Same deal. I will go around and sell all of that later. Who have we not gotten into here? Gondian Chlor Falson. Where's your body? What do you have, a hammer? Okay. And then that's all of them. Okay, so now it's time to explore a little bit around this area. So let's come up to the door where we started and start taking a look around, see what we find. Are there any Gondians alive in here, or did they all flee after we fought? It looks like they're all gone. We might run into one or two. So, starting here, we have a wooden crate. Nothing. There's a wooden barrel over here. With nothing in it. Up here, we do have a soap bar. That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's go ahead and get everybody cleaned off. Nice and clean for any cutscenes that come up. That holy hand soap is fantastic. What actually is a bar of soap worth? Like 1 gold, probably?
Let's go.
Okay, so nothing up there. Excuse me. Come on down and start checking out what's going on over here. We have... Who is this supposed to be? I can't even tell who this is a portrait of. They're holding a lightsaber for some reason. On the thing here, we've got a bunch of candles and Bane's Book of Admonitions. Okay, maybe this is a portrait of the god Bane. What does this book have to say? A book of adages and precepts for Baneites, providing the basic tenets of worship of the Lord of Tyranny, with suggested prayers for common situations. The heart of the book is Bane's 12 admonitions, a dozen rules for proper Baneite conduct, with punishment specified for failure to comply. The book opens easily to a page with 2 of Bane's most popular admonitions. Number 6, the reprimand for leniency, and number 7, the rebuke for false compassion. Alright, there's another 14 gold. Coming around the inside of this area here before we go up those steps, I'm not seeing anything else. Let's check over here. We do have a book called Submersible Maintenance. This handwritten ledger appears to be a meticulous record of the Steel Foundry's production cycle. Update. Mechanical parts of the submersible that had passed their Gaudian function warranty date were removed on Threes Day and replaced with new pieces. Used pieces were brought from the dock warehouse back to the shop, so points of wear can be noted and preventative measures can be taken to avoid fault or failure. Seems like a very professional operation they had here. Over here we have the guard rotation. And then a wooden barrel. Nothing in the barrel. Guard rotation. Effective next 10 day, all Baneites will be on rotating shifts to guard the submersible, beginning with Fist Throaks. Report to Flim Cargo on the first day of your shift. Complaints will not be tolerated. Black Gauntlet Holst. So this would have told us to head to Flim Cargo to investigate and find the submersible if we had not already found it, which obviously we did. Over here, we have a metal trunk. We had the key to it. Looks like we've got a couple arrows and a couple throwables. All these can go to Astarion. Does he currently have his hand available? He does. Let's go ahead and get that out so we remember to throw it if we have another combat. And then we have this lever. We've got a lever here and a lever there. I think, okay, so I originally thought that the elevator was going to bring some massive creature up to fight us, but it looks like it's just... This is going to take us back to the top floor if we get in here, and this would have called it down. Presumably that locked gate we found would open from this side, or from inside the thing. Let's get into this metal crate. We've got, oh, some very nice stuff. We have a potion of invisibility, some healing potions, and an elixir of sea invisibility. Alright, Tava can take all that. Very nice. We have some ingots here. I forgot you could ping that way. Pick those up and add to wares. The gold ingot we'll take, if I can get her to move off of it so I can highlight it. And then I don't think we need a piece of charcoal, right? What is this worth? 1 gold for 0. It's like picking up 1 gold. It's too hard to pick up. We'll just ignore it. What else have we got going on around here? There is an oil barrel there. We've got some lamps. A table. Okay, let's keep looking around, see what else we find. There is a furnace here, but we can't seem to interact with it. Or shut it down or anything like that. Another metal trunk. Empty. Coming up this way, we can see a sign that says, "Stop, do not open." Interesting.
If I've counted my footsteps correctly, this door leads to the Foundry's depths and the Neurosita.
Alright, so we'll leave this for later. Do not, I repeat, do not open this door without my key. This entire operation relies on you following this simple rule, and I will personally cleave the head from the neck of the idiot who does otherwise. Black Gauntlet Hans Reeves. Alright, we'll come back there in a moment. Let's check out this area up here, up the ladder. We do have vessel identified. I'm pleased to report that we have sourced a vessel and pilot to transport the hostages to the Iron Throne. Red Hammer is a godless fool, but his love of gold outweighs any moral qualms he might have. He'll do for now. We already knew about Red Hammer. And then over here we have parchment. What's this worth? 14 gold? Sure, okay. I'll take that. Crossing over to the other side of this bridge. We do have Talus Losers List. Huh. Talus Losers List. What is this? Talus Wager Record. First aid break. Okay, I don't quite remember if we saw in a previous episode what people were wagering on, but this was the record that was kept of who lost what and who owed what, I suppose. Okay, back down and across. We'll head up to this area. There's a dead body on a table here. What else can we see here in this delightful steel forge foundry? Ooh, a mind flayer parasite specimen. I'll be happy to take that. Rather, Astarion will be happy to take that. Are we going to go with Astarion here? I should take a look at what else he can do. We have efficacious...
Death and decay. We're near cadaver preparation, aren't we?
Yeah, he's blind, so he...
Bastards are shipped in from all over the realms. Most come from a fellow called Balthazar, by way of Moonrise Towers.
Well, you'll be glad to know Balthazar has been dispatched. Efficacious brain removal. Yikes. An excerpt from a practical introduction to Merkelite operative necromancy. A note has been scrawled at the top of the pages. Make full use of the motivators should the Gondian artificers prove unwilling. Step 1. Orbital trepanation of the cranium can be completed using the provided trephine or drill. Ensure the surgical tool does not pierce the somatosensory cortex. Alright, so it's a book on how to remove the brain. Not sure why they need that. What's this worth? Not that much. What else have we got going on up here? We've got a brain jar that we can't interact with, a surgical bed. We do have a rows of books over here. Perhaps we'll find some scrolls? No. The Many Faces of Gond and the House of Wonders. The House of Wonders I will read, as we'd like to go there at some point. Possibly. Probably. Given our newfound distrust of the Emperor, we might want to break Orpheus out and try to ally with him. The High House of Wonders. Temple to Gond, the Gearsmith, and the Wonderbringer. The house is at the same time... Oh, I was thinking of the House of Hope. This is something else. Okay. The house is at the same time an elaborate collection of workshops, laboratories, and magico-manufactories. For what better way to worship the Lord of all Smiths than by making mechanisms in his name? Here in the Upper City, all manner of enchanted clockwork devices are forged and crafted, powered by spells, by steam, by conjured micro-modrons. Some even say by hellfire. However, these Gondian creations are not wonders for the sake of wonder, but practical contrivances built to enhance the lives of Faerun's mortals and help them work beyond the limits of their physical bodies. Take, for example, the mighty cranes that line Baldur's Gate's docks, loading and unloading ship cargo with speed and strength far beyond the capacity of ordinary stevedores. These cranes originated in the workshops of the High House of Wonders and are Gond's gift to the trade and prosperity of the city. Okay. Wooden trunk.
Description reads, fresh supplies for the Steel Watch, courtesy of Necromancer Balthazar.
Interesting. So, are they removing people's brains and enchanting them with hellfire to provide the control mechanism for the Steel Watch? You'll note, this zombie here has the in-surgery status. Unable to move while trapped onto the operating gurney. So they've got a book on removing brains. Perhaps and then we've got a brain jar. They're taking the brains of the dead and somehow enchanting them to serve as the control mechanisms for the Steel Watch. So maybe it's not an infernal heart engine or something that's running them. Or maybe it is, and there's something else that's like the brain. Interesting. This headless corpse here.
Cadaver with the brain removed. Is this how they puppet the Steel Watch?
Right, it is. Okay. There's a brain, a severed head, a bottle rack. And then we have the Mind Flayer parasite specimen here. Alright, let's take a look at good old Astarion. We've got him the two major ones we wanted first, Perilous Stakes and Luck of the Far Realms. What else can we get for him? Ability Drain, Stage Fright. Stage Fright's nice. Shield of Thralls to gain some temporary hit points could be good. Concentrated blast, unlikely to be good for him. Force tunnel, displace, repulsor, cull the weak, and psionic backlash. We can't get to the outer ring because we ate the thing that would have allowed him to go half illithid. So the question is it better to give him some more of these, or to try to convince someone else on the team to take them? Favorable beginnings and luck of the Far Realms are great for everybody. Another perilous stakes would be good. Stage fright is really good. Giving disadvantage to a big group of enemies. That's a pretty nice action for him. Ability drain is a passive, so he could drain dexterity. He can drain dexterity from people with that. Charm is an interesting reaction for him to prevent an enemy who attacks him from attacking him again. He can get out of most situations with a cunning action disengage. He's rarely concentrating on a spell. Call the weak won't do much for him because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit points. I mean, it's not nothing. Psionic backlash, shield of thralls. Maybe shield of thralls is good here. He can put temporary hit points around himself, and when they are removed, the shield bursts, possibly stunning nearby foes. I do like that. And he doesn't have to give it to himself either. He can give it to, like, he could give it to Karlach. Well, Karlach has other sources of temporary hit points. But he could double it up on Tava, because usually Tava and Karlach are on the front line. These two are further back. So I'm thinking maybe Shield of Thralls. Stage Fright is also good. Charm is decent. Would I rather have Stage Fright or Shield of Thralls here? I think having another Stage Fright is kind of good, because it's not just the disadvantage, it's the damage they take when they miss. It's a good way to spread some damage around to a group. This would be nice either to give to himself or to give to Tava when she's used hers on a short rest. Both of these are actions, though. So this one we can use out of combat. So I think I'll go Shield of Thralls here. And then, since Shadowheart's a little on the low side, let's go ahead and use that right now.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Where's Shield of Thralls? Here we go. Let's put this, let's actually put this on Shadowheart for right now. So Shadowheart has 10 temporary hit points, and if anybody hits her and gets rid of them, they could get stunned. I like that.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting.
Okay, moving on. Let's continue our exploration of this area. We have over here orders to Black Gauntlet Reeves. When the Steel Watcher quota for the next 10 days delivered, we'll consider Watcher Phase 1 complete and can start winding down operations in the Foundry. We'll have enough automatons for our immediate purposes, and besides, we have an unexpected tadpole shortage that limits production. There's no longer a need to coddle the Gondians if they prove truculent. You're authorized to execute individual troublemakers and stack their corpses somewhere visible, as an example. Well, that's the Chosen of Bane for you. What else we got going on over here? We got a bunch of corpses, headless bodies, presumably, that were used up in the production of the Steel Watchers. And we've got another Gondian over here. Landpost Biggs. I'm guessing he doesn't have much. He's got a parchment. Please help. The Baneites have taken our families hostages. They're being held in an underwater prison. Get to the submersible by the... The rest of the note's contents are obscured by blood. So he tried to write this, and somebody probably caught him and executed him for it, right? That makes sense to me. Okay, well... I think all that leaves is the big door over here that leads to the Neurocitor that, Xander Tubin's been complaining about. So, we've got a few resources left on anybody. Shadowheart's a little bit in a sticky situation, but other than that, everybody's basically good to go. So we'll come in here, and I have a feeling there's a, like, Watcher Mark II or Phase 2. I think we read about that somewhere, and I think we probably have a fight on our hands, but let's find out. Okay, we are in the control center. Oh boy, alright. There's another door here. We do have to go through. Let's take a quick look around here. Here we have Lulu Forza. Who or what were you? How to build a Watcher. How Gortash hijacked the Gondian Auto Guard project to create his Steel Watchers is remarkable and horrible, and somebody ought to tell it. Might as well be me. The original design for the Auto Guards outwardly resembled the eventual Watchers, but an Auto Guard was designed to be piloted by a small individual in the cockpit in the torso. When Gortash, through some scheme involving fraud or blackmail, took over the Dock Foundry, he scrapped those plans and announced that the Steel Watch would be entirely remote controlled from a central hub. We had no idea that this remote control would involve both Merkelite necromancy and Illithid psionics. As finally worked out, under duress by Xander Tubin, fitting out a Steel Watcher requires the following steps. A zombie is decapitated and has its brain removed. The brain is tadpoled and put in a brain jar where it becomes part of the absolute hive mind. The tadpoled brain retains its psionic connection to its undead body. The undead, headless body is wired into the torso of a Steel Watcher. The absolute elder brain sends psionic orders to a jarred brain. The jarred brain passes on the orders to its connected Steel Watcher. All of this telepathic traffic is coordinated through the neurocitor in the control center. But I hope to do something about that. Yeah, didn't get the chance. But it's good news for us. We have a pretty good idea. This neurocitor is going to be some sort of, like, combination of necromancy and Illithid psionics. So, this would be, for example, this would be one case where we might drink potions of necrotic resistance or drink potions of psychic resistance before going into the next room. Just because those seem like very likely damage types. But, of course, I have much better elixirs that I'm using that I'm much more happy about, so... We've got some brain jars here. Alright. We might try to sneak into the next room, so let's start turning out lights. Can't reach this, really? Okay. In that case... let's take out a few of these lamps. See if we can get rid of the bright lights so we can be obscured a little bit. We go into the next room. Alright, so now we've got a nice big chunk of dim light. We do have these brain jars. We have 6 of them in here, plus a couple of crates. Not sure what interacting with them will do, but let's find out.
The Watcher this brain controls is offline for maintenance. The brain dreams, images of life in a garden cottage in spring.
I think destroying it makes sense. Okay. That sends the brain floating onto the ground. What about this one?
Hands on everything.
Your tadpole eagerly responds to the parasite in the brain jar. You blink to find yourself standing at Worm's Crossing. You are a Steel Watcher, a guardian of Baldur's Gate. Before you stands a group of humans.
He said he was Flaming Fist. That we had to empty our pockets if we wanted to enter the city. We didn't know it was a scam. We have nothing left, and my kids are half-starved. Please, let us into the city. We have nowhere else to go.
So we can make a wisdom check here, or an illithid wisdom check. To allow the family to pass. We can tell it to attack the family. We can shout at the parasite. I think we use our illithid powers here. We've embraced them long since. We'll wrest control from the parasite and allow the family to pass. This is a DC 2. And we rolled a nat 20. Love it.
Your gears whine in protest, but you force your body to one side, gesturing for the family to enter the city.
Thank you, sir. Come on, kids. Grab your bags. Hurry.
You are kicked from the Watcher's brain. The family runs into Baldur's Gate, unnoticed by the parasite.
Very nice. Okay. So, we can kind of connect through and make decisions on behalf of the Steel Watchers that these are controlling. And then, once we've done that, we can destroy them. I will say, I don't know if entering the city is the best thing for that family, but if the kids are starving, at least they'll hopefully find some food and some shelter for the night. And as long as we save the city from what's about to happen, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's destroy this brain jar. So presumably now that Steel Watcher just goes dormant, right? It can't move now. Let's check the next one.
The brain in this jar is aware that its Watcher is on duty in the control center, vast and throbbing with illithid telepathy. It ignores your mind touch as a mere distraction.
Its Watcher is probably inside this room, so if we destroy this, maybe it won't be able to fight in the upcoming battle. Okay. Let's check out the other three.
Here we go.
The parasite stirs within the pickled brain, twitching. As your mind connects, you feel yourself become strong, powerful, metal. You are a Steel Watcher, charging through the streets in pursuit of a young girl. She is screaming.
Disrupt the parasite's connection to the Steel Watcher.
You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. You can only watch as the little girl rounds a corner to find a dead end.
Oh no, come on.
Cries for her mother as you draw your lance, raising it above your head. You are kicked from the infected.
No, we made the wrong choice. Yikes. Oh, that one hurts. That feels bad, man.
With a jerk, your mind is transported. You look down, your body of pure steel and power whirring. A dwarf cowers before you.
Please, Mr. Steel Watcher, sir. I'll never steal again. I swear it on my mum's life. Just let me go.
So this guy is a thief, but that doesn't merit death. So, force the Steel Watcher to release the dwarf. Previously, we've had problem. Well, the last one I tried the illithid power, and it said there was no connection. Maybe we'll go wisdom here. Wrest control of the Watcher and spare the dwarf. This is a DC 25? So, yikes. That's bad. We're not going to get a nat 20 here. Yeah. Oh man, I'm picking the wrong ones over and over again.
Struggle against the parasite, but can only watch as you raise a mighty leg.
What are you doing? No! Please!
Ugh!
Upon the dwarf, bones and intestines.
No! Oh my god, this abomination has to be destroyed, all of it. What about you?
The brain in this jar is controlling a Watcher on sentry duty at Worm's Rock. It patrols back and forth, vigilant for trouble.
All right, well, I mean, we tried to stop them. We only went 1 for 3 there, but it would have happened without our intervention. So at least we saved that family, or helped that family. Feels pretty awful about the dwarf and the girl, though. All right, nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nothing there.
Wait.
Elevator gyroscopes, triple set quadrupex. No, it can't be.
What is it? What's wrong?
I hear it through the floor. Powerful, indestructible. The ultimate watcher. The Titan.
Another battle. Just what I needed.
It shames me to admit this, but you must face this beast of Gondian folly alone. I would be crushed in an instant. When it raises its shields, strike it with every scrap of magic and might you possess, and pray to God that it does not fire upon you. Good luck, my friend.
Okay. So we're not actually kicking off just yet. I was right though. There is another thing to fight here. Okay. Well, let's set up for this battle then. Let's send Tava and Karlach to the front. Let's have Astarion and Shadowheart a little way back. He did mention something about when it raises its shields.
Never a dull moment.
Let's have the whole group sneak. And let's open the door and see if we meet the Titan. Okay. It's not immediately here. Let's creep forward a little bit. Where is it? Okay, is this it? We have some Steel Watchers on view here. But at the moment, I don't know if these guys are... I don't know what these guys are. I can't select them. We would very much like to start things off with an ambush and a surprise round. That would be a great way to start. I think from here... we could try to take out the lamps, but we can see their vision cones, so maybe we don't need that. Where do we want to fight? Probably we want to come up... Don't know what's back there. I can't quite tell which of these would be... maybe these are just 3 ordinary Steel Watchers. And we did destroy the brain for one of them, so one of these we probably don't need to fight, but we don't know which one. Let's creep forward a little bit more.
Does this count as adventuring?
See if we can get a little bit of a better bead on who these guys are and what they are. Okay, this is a Hellfire Watcher, a Hellfire Watcher. Yeah, we got 3 of them. Can we tell anything about... Can't tell which one might be brainless at the moment. So who knows? I guess we just open up here. We just do our best. Let's come up to here-ish. Okay. Now, how do we want to open up here? I think we'll go into turn order. Let's start with Astarion. What's he got? I mean, his best bet is going to be to... sneak attack. So maybe we just start with that. He could blur himself and be well, he could blur himself here. But I think if he takes an action, he loses hiding. He's not in their sight range, but it might still... I don't actually know how that works. So, yeah, we're just going to start with a sneak attack here, I think. They're vulnerable to lightning damage. So, let's do something like... I must have a lightning arrow, right? We've got 2 left. All right. Let's start with this. 95% chance to hit. Oh. Didn't react, just shouted stand down. Okay. That would be Astarian's turn. We didn't go into combat here.
I have to survive this.
Where can she get to? She can fire from here at advantage because she's hiding.
Time to meet your maker.
Shadowheart succeeded on a stealth check. Okay.
What's the story?
Karlach. I'd like you to get started as well. Where's Tava? Let's have her come to like here and fire off an arrow at this guy, I guess. She succeeded. All right, let's shoot again. Maybe this is the one. Okay, all right, there it goes. That's it, you're done. So looks like all four of us are in combat here. Okay, that's fine. We got some good opening starts there. I guess for Karlach here. Oh, here we go. This guy showed up. The Steel Watcher Titan appeared. So we probably need to focus on this guy. Let's see. Perfect Sentry, can't be surprised. Lightning vulnerability, resistant to everything. All right. Okay. What do we want to open up with here? We probably rage and get in this thing's face to keep it occupied. I think that's probably what we do. Okay. We're not going to be getting a lot of bloodlust here, so let's just hop in here and get started on this guy.
What's it gonna take?
We've got one more hit here, so let's dump our heat. So you see right now we have 2 turns of heat. Missed with a reckless attack, so we still maintain that. All right. There's Karlach. This guy gets to go. He's taking shots, but she's raging, so I'm okay with it. All right, Tava's up. Now, let's see. What do we want to do here? We definitely want to use one of our bonus actions. I think we want to put Perilous Stakes on this guy.
Death won't take me yet.
Okay, so he became vulnerable. I think we try to... Oh, she doesn't have an action? All right, damn. I think we try to burst this guy down between Tava and Karlach, and then let these two worry about everything else. The other 3. Or maybe we just focus down the boss, since he's vulnerable to all damage. Yeah, that's probably a good call. He may have area attack, so let's, like, not stand too close to Karlach. Let's come on over here. And that'll be her turn. This guy gets to go. Took a shot and missed. Disadvantage because of her cloak. He's gonna jump down. Okay. 10 on Astarian. Okay, Astarian's up. Yeah, this guy is vulnerable to everything. So, let's see. Can we hide somewhere where we can shoot at him? Hello? There we go. Let's drop something for the mage hand to throw at this guy. What have we got that's good here? Or rather, if I go to throw... What do I have? Oh god, it doesn't filter it for me. Does this have, like, throwables? Throwables. Okay, excellent. That actually worked. So, 2d6 acid, a grease bottle, a haste spore grenade. Oh, that sounds fun. You know what? Let me try dropping one of these. Drop item. Okay. Now let's go to the mage hand. Let's have it try to... Oh, it's not its turn? Oh, it actually does have a turn here. I think it can get there and toss this at these two, maybe? Or... Maybe I'll come here. Cunning action, hide. Sneak attack. My last arrow of lightning. Although this would hit the other two, so maybe not. Let's just do this. He's vulnerable to all damage. 90 hit points. 96 hit points. Very nice. And then let's actually move him in closer to these three for that haste grenade. I don't know what the radius is on this, but maybe we can make this work. Okay, that's Astarian's turn. For Shadowheart, I would love to get maybe like a banish off. She doesn't have an action right now. All right. Well, let's get her in here for this possible hasting that might happen.
Got to press on.
And let's use a second level spell slot to get a spiritual weapon out here. Maybe it can get hasted too. I don't know. Why not? Let's try it. Okay. So the Steel Watcher Titan's gonna get to go. This could be rough. Let's see what it chooses to do. Steel Watch's progress. It is the future. You cannot stop it. He's casting Hellfire Curse. Disadvantage on Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution saving throws. So no damage, but bad news on saving throws. Let's go ahead and use the Backlash. She can save here. She can choose to. Immune, saved and saved. And he's doing Bulwark. Okay. Did something crazy with targeting some missiles or something. What is this Bulwark? While in this defensive state, the Steel Watcher becomes unyielding. Only an attack dealing at least 15 damage can harm it. And can use its Repair Matrix. At the start of its turn, restores hit points. Hellfire Missiles. 96 D6. 24 missiles that rain down on enemies. Each missile deals 4 to 24 fire damage. Ignores resistance and immunity to fire damage. Yikes. And repelling protocol. I'm guessing this is a bonus action. Expel a wave of force to push assailants back 8 meters and knock them prone. So hopefully we get a chance to move everybody out of here before that happens. But let's try throwing this spore grenade. Okay, so we can only hit 2 people. We can hit Shadowheart and Karlach. Astarian and Shadowheart. We definitely want to hit Karlach here, so let's hit these two, since this is what we can do. Okay, they're hasted. That's a good turn from the mage hand. You can go ahead and take a shot at this guy. Missed. And then can we fly out of range just barely of the Hellfire missiles? Okay. I'm thinking most likely the missiles come down on its turn, right? That makes the most sense. All right, so let's get some reckless attacks going here. 48. 60. Very nice. I forgot to use my heat convergence, but oh well. We got to get out of... Now, its Hellfire missiles appear to have disappeared. So, are we good here? Wait, what happened with my haste spores? How does that work? Where are my haste spores? Karlach received condition haste spores. +2 bonus to armor class advantage on X saves and movement speed is doubled and can take 1 additional action per turn. Karlach was healed for 1 hit points, took 0 fire damage, took no damage, lost condition reckless attack, lost condition haste spores. What was that about? How did that all happen? Huh. Not quite sure what happened there, but we did our turn, so I guess we're done. In terms of a bonus action, we don't have much here. Yeah. That's strange. I'm not sure what happened. So does she still have one turn remaining, but she hasn't actually taken her turn yet? I would have thought this lasted until the end of your next turn. All right. That's fine. All right, Tav is up. Let's dump some smites, baby. What do we want to do here? It's vulnerable to all damage for another 2 turns. So, let's see. Hunter's Mark, Mind Blast, Shield of Thralls, Psionic Overload, Displacer Beast, Absorb Intellect, Mind Sanctuary, Fly, Fracture Psyche. Maybe we lower its armor class? Or do we just want to do more damage? Because how is it for... Is it still immune to psychic damage? It is. Okay, so Mind Blast isn't going to do much. We could throw a Hunter's Mark on it for a little extra, but maybe Fracture Psyche is the better choice here. Okay, nice. And then, we get some hits. Alright. Let's open up with a Divine Smite. And another one. Okay, that brings it down to 57 hit points. Now, it might explode on death the way the other things do, so... I'm gonna get her away from it for now. We'll go over near this one. We'll take an opportunity attack, but that's fine. Tava can eat that better than anybody else. She's got the highest AC and disadvantage on attacks against her. So we are going to fly over next to this guy. 7 hit points. Okay, that's fine. Let's get ready to deal with you. Ooh, nasty. I didn't know they could do that. Now, why didn't she get an opportunity attack? That's weird. Okay, debilitating shot on Astarion. Okay, Astarion is up. Let's make our way over here. Hello? Let's make our way over here. Let's drop something for our friend, the hand here. A smoke powder bomb? We do have 14 of them. Sure, let's drop one of these. Let's drop this right here. Okay. Then, take maybe one little teeny tiny step back. Cunning action, hide.
Just one time.
Sneak attack. Okay, we killed it. That went very well. Thank you, Perilous Stakes. And I guess it does not blow up on death. So that worked out pretty well. He's not going to be able to throw that far enough to do any damage. So maybe what we'll do is actually pick it back up and come over sort of over here-ish towards these guys and then drop it over here. Maybe that's far enough that, yeah, this is annoying. So when I split it, it like disappears because it's not part of this filter set. So I have to refilter. Let's drop that like right there-ish. Okay. That's Astarion's turn. Shadowheart is up. What do we want to do with Shadowheart? She has an action here. We could try what I was saying before. Well, no, we're down to 3rd level and better. We could throw a lightning bolt out there. And these guys are vulnerable to lightning damage. All right, let's line up a lightning bolt if we can. So she hits the haste spores. She does have 2 actions. Okay. A little bit uncertain about how this is working, but let's go ahead and throw out a lightning bolt. Very nice. Now, what else can we do? Fear, they're probably immune to. Bestow curse. Yeah, we're down to kind of crap with her. Let's throw a mirror image on her for safety's sake. And then we don't need a bonus action for her. Let's end her turn. The hand can come over here. And it can try to throw this smoke powder bomb at this Hellfire Watcher. Critical miss, but hey, it did 8 damage from area effect. I mean, what else are we going to use those for, right? 8 damage is 8 damage. Good job, Mage Hand. Try to be a little bit better, more accurate next time. Spiritual Weapon can get here. Very nice. Well, it missed. Too bad. Back to the top. So wait, where is the haste spore gas? Does she have to walk through it? Maybe she has to walk through it. Let me see how this works. That is how it works. So you have to step into the cloud. Got it. Okay. All right, now we can go to work.
Show me who you are.
There's 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. No crit, so we don't get the bonus action, and let's dump our heat into this guy. Okay, and then let's get away. Maybe over into the middle.
Find a route.
This one doesn't have opportunity attack for some reason. That's fine. Okay, now he's gonna blow up. Perfect. Why did we take all that damage there? What was that about? Was hit for 66? What is going on with Tava right now? Why is she taking all that damage? Displaced. Roiling Hellfire whilst on surface. Oh, she's standing on this Hellfire. Okay. This guy we can probably get a kill. Yeah, that Hellfire thing hurt. Let's dump some damage into you. We'll crit for free. Where's he at? 47? Then... that should do the trick. Okay. How much damage? Okay, let's... well... we don't want to be standing next to that guy. Let's just get out of... let's not step on the Hellfire again. I don't know where that came from, but... okay. Let's take a shot. And we can lower his armor class as well. Blows up. I think we missed that. Oh, we used it on the Mage Hand. Weird choice. All right, Astarion. Where are you going to be able to get... where are you going to be able to hide? Right here? I hit the wrong guy. That was stupid. All right, that's his turn. What do we want to do with you? You've got very little damage availability. You have level 2 and better spells. Did I put Pass Without Trace on myself? Instead of... no, I did put Mirror Image on. Okay, that's fine. So she has no spells to cast damage at this level? I guess she could use a scroll here. What do we got? A Blight, that's a 9-meter spell. Circle of Death, that's overkill for this one guy. A lot of this is overkill. Lightning Bolt. Well, that's a pretty good use here, but we don't need it. So you know what? We don't need it. This is the only guy left. Let's just make our way over here. And I guess we just take a shot at him. What do I have that's like I can recast Kareska's Favor. Oh, this is for short rest. Oh, well then in that case we'll do that. Let's get our lightning bolts back. And then... huh. Alright, that did not work the way... that did not work the way I thought it would. I thought this would reinvigorate these. Okay. That was a waste of an action for her, but we probably weren't going to do much. Let's head over towards this guy. And turn. Alright. So, interesting. I now know the way the haste spores work. If we come in here, we're not going to be able to get away. 14. We have a total of 19, 20 meters. All right, maybe we will. Sure. Let's come in and do some work on this guy. And then back away. Okay. He blows up. Tava, get the kill maybe with Call the Weak. Oh, that's not going to do it, is it? Cripes. Okay. Really? I have that much movement? And he's gonna blow up. Great. Okay. I mean, we could take a shot for fun. There we go. All right. So we defeated the Steel Watcher Titan fairly easily thanks to our advance warning and the fact that that perilous stakes landed. God, is that an overpowered ability. Vulnerable to all damage. At this level, the amount of damage we can put out is already insane. Especially with all of our abilities and elixirs and equipment, so...
It is time. Let us end this.
This episode is obviously running very long. We're past the 45-minute mark, almost up to a full hour. So I'm going to call it here. Actually, I will take one quick peek inside. What do you have? Ooh, a legendary bow and enriched infernal iron. All right, we'll definitely check that out next time. If you guys know what that is, you can pause the video if you want to look at it, but we'll be checking that out next time. In the meantime... we've defeated and destroyed all the Guardians of the Steel Watch Foundry, so the Neurocitor is dead meat next time, and all of the Steel Watch throughout the city should be dead, which means Gortash's protection is gone. And while we will need to take a long rest here, Tav in particular is looking a little on the rough side. After that long rest, we'll be able to take down Gortash and be one step closer to saving the city. So, look forward to that. Lots more content to come. Until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.